What's up, dude? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, hello. My name is Carly Gifford, and on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I post a nice little sit-down video talking about pretty much whatever I want. Typically, it's true crime, but occasionally I will talk about like celebrity gossip, controversial people, TikTok drama. That can be a fun one. I like talking about TikTok drama because personally it doesn't involve me, it has no effect on my life, and it's just fun to like talk about other people's drama, but like not my own. So anyways, that being said, let's get into today's video because we are talking about true crime. Okay, now trigger warning, this case does involve a minor. Now I know that her image is out there. If you guys like really want to see what this little girl looks like, you totally can, but just for the sake of her privacy, I'm not going to include her photo in this video. Personally, I don't like having photos of minors, especially children that are involved in cases, unless they have deceased and we're like paying tribute to them and their memory. But other than that, I really don't like having photos of minors in my videos. So that being said, we will jump right into it. On September 30th, Charlotte Cena, 9 years old, was riding her bike with a group of friends on a small loop outside of Moreau Lake State Park, which is a popular getaway roughly 45 miles north of Albany, New York. Charlotte decided that she was going to take her bike on one last ride through the loop, but this time she would just be by herself. The ride around the loop was only like a 5-minute bike ride typically, but this time Charlotte didn't come back. Her parents went out to look for her as soon as they noticed that she was gone for just a bit too long. They found her bike very shortly after they started looking, but she was nowhere in sight. They called 911 and other campers in the area came out to look for Charlotte as well. They all were yelling her name in this forested area, trying to get her to respond or just get her to walk towards them. State police arrived on the scene very quickly, along with park rangers fanning out to look for her. At first, everyone was worried that she just got lost or that she managed to ride her bike into Monroe Lake, which both of those scenarios are horrible and no less scary, but unfortunately investigators were instantly suspicious that something more sinister had happened. The search went on throughout the night and the police started emptying out the park, and as they did, they stopped every vehicle to search for Charlotte. So they would like look into the car, they would have the drivers pop their trunks to search for her, like they were adamant to find her. By Sunday morning, an Amber Alert was sent out, as well as highway signs asking for the public's help in the search for Charlotte. They were looking for any tips or possible sightings that people had seen. The search in the park included bloodhounds, boats, aerial units, FBI officers, and local sheriff's deputies. Monroe Park is near an interstate that does not have toll cameras. And upstate New York is a lot of rural and like forested terrain. So in the search for a missing person, it is not the easiest to like get around and get through. As the search continued into Sunday night, the family stayed in the park to be near the search just in case they could help out in any type of way. However, that night at 4:20 p.m., a car stopped at the Cena's home and dropped off a ransom note in the mailbox. Now, reporters had been ordered by the police to stay away from the home, and it was a good thing that they did that. State police had been patrolling the home, but they decided not to pursue the car that dropped off the note. A spokesperson for the police, Deanna Cohen, defended the troopers' decision for not pursuing, saying that the family's home was seeing a steady flow of well-wishers throughout the night, including people dropping off food and cards. So they didn't want to have reporters sitting there that could potentially scare somebody off that was going to, like, I don't know, drop her off. Like maybe, okay, you have to consider every option here. So maybe someone took her and then decided, oh wait, this is actually a really bad idea, and then was going to go drop her off at the house. But if they saw reporters or troopers, that would have scared them away. And honestly, I think that it's a good thing that the cops didn't pursue the car. I just feel like it was smart that they kind of waited. They didn't get too like crazy or irrational, didn't just take off after the car. They just like waited, kind of let it play out, and then they immediately went to the mailbox and found the ransom note, which The ransom note, honestly, was a very positive thing, and it's good that they had that. For some reason, this particular vehicle that stopped looked suspicious to the trooper, she said, and that is when he checked the mailbox and found the note. Initially, when you look at it, it sounds bad. Like, why didn't they just chase them down? A retired New York City police sergeant added, but I think it was a good move that the trooper waited. The cops on the scene immediately went to the mailbox and got the note and had it taken to be analyzed for prints. Eventually, they did find one. Around 2:30 p.m. on Monday, the police got a match for the print after they had one failed attempt. The print belonged to Craig Ross Jr., 46 years old. Craig had been a longtime resident of Saratoga County. He had been arrested in 1999 for drunk driving, and because of this, he had to be fingerprinted. His mom, Joan, lived in Milton, New York, roughly 20 minutes from the Cena's home. A neighbor of the Rosses said that they were a chaotic family with 4 children and an absent dad. Craig had been in the area of the Moreau Lake State Park around the time that Charlotte had gone missing. By 4 p.m. on Monday, an hour and a half after they confirmed the fingerprint, state police were putting out a news release asking for tips in the case. Meanwhile, special tactical teams from around the state were preparing for a possible rescue of Charlotte. An FBI SWAT team was also helping. At 6:32 p.m., the teams closed in on Joan's, Craig's mom's home, as well as the camper behind her home that Craig would sometimes stay in. There were several places where Craig was known to reside, but Joan's home was the best possible place to find him, in the camper. A helicopter was hovering overhead as the authorities entered the camper and found Charlotte in a cupboard cabinet after a brief struggle with Craig. He received minor injuries, but honestly, who even cares? Charlotte was thankfully found in good health and was reunited with her family. An officer was stationed outside of the Cena home that night that Charlotte was returned. Friends and family stopped by that night to drop off groceries as well, since they just had a hectic couple of days. Craig is being held without bond at the Saratoga County Jail. Don't really know much more about this. I don't believe that this case has gone to trial yet. He was given a state's attorney, so probably not going to end up real great for him, which is good. I'm really hoping that she doesn't have any other sort of... I'm hoping that Charlotte didn't endure any other sort of abuse since he dropped off a ransom note. Hopefully all he wanted was some money from her family, but hopefully that moving forward we will hear more about this and he will be prosecuted to the fullest extent that he can be. With kids, I think that if anyone does anything like kidnapping, any type of abuse, like anything to kids, I think that they should... if found guilty, they should be prosecuted to the fullest extent that they can be. But that is it for me and for today's video. I'm really glad that Charlotte is back home, safe and sound with her parents. Hopefully they get some therapy for her because she's 9. She's old enough to know what happened, and I really hope that she gets the mental health that she needs as well. So anyways, that is it for me today. I will probably do a part 2 because there is some more information that has kind of came out, but it's not confirmed or not yet. So I kind of didn't want to add it in to this video and then have it end up being false information. So chances are this video will get a part 2. But in the meantime, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up down below and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. If not, totally cool. Thanks for hanging out with me and watching this video, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. I cannot talk right now to save my life. Good thing this video is over. Bye, guys.